Hey guys, what's up, Redactions here and welcome back to this brand new video. And in this video I'm actually going to clean up my workshop, install some new parts and just, make the thing ready to race again. As you can see guys, the workshop is an absolute mess of all just random things and parts and just everything and bleh. Also, I don't know if you guys are able to tell, but the floor is quite disgusting. So I need to give that a wipe with the broom there and maybe probably mop the floor as well. The kart itself, however, is pretty clean, but yeah, I have to take out the axle, I have to take off these racing side pods. There's quite some stuff I have to do. So I guess we'll just start out with brooming the entire workshop and I'll see you guys when that's done. Alright guys, so I've just finished brooming the entire workshop and also mopping the floor. As you can see, this part's already dry because I did that first, but this part is still very much wet. So I'm going to wait for that to dry a little bit and then I'll start putting the stuff back, and after that it's time to reorganize everything and see what we have to clean for. Alright guys, so with everything now sort of back in place, it's actually already time to go home because the cleaning up took a lot longer than I thought it would. But that can happen. At least everything is clean now. So for tomorrow it will be just the basic cleaning stuff again. I actually do have to take out the rear axle because, this was the shortened one of course, and actually tomorrow my new parts are scheduled to arrive. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Then it is cleaning, taking this thing apart and unboxing the new parts. Alright guys, welcome to day 2. I do realize that I look like a bit of an idiot, but that's because it's raining very hard right now in the Netherlands. But hey, at least I'm dry. This is actually my old karting rain suit. It's actually just a wet working overall for wet weather. And it's actually the best rain overalls I've ever had. So you don't have to buy those crazy expensive ones. Just get yourself one from the hardware store and it works just as good. So the first thing I will do is taking apart everything of the car that needs to be cleaned. So that will be the axle bearings, side pods, exhaust. You pretty much strip it down almost completely apart from the seat and the steering stuff. After that I will be organizing some different parts that need to be cleaned and I'll just put them all over in the cleaning corner. Like you guys remember from the previous video, it's just easier to organize it like this, to organize everything that needs to be cleaned. And then just put it all in the same corner and then after it's cleaned just put it back where it belongs. Now I do hope that before that time the package with new parts arrives because I want to show that to you guys, and otherwise that will be tomorrow. But anyway, let's get started. Alright guys, so let's first remove all of the junk that I put on the kart. Extra seat, tools, 2 engine clamps. So now it's time to finally start taking this thing apart. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's check the chain. Of course we ran with this for almost the entire weekend, but because it's an O-ring chain, still looks pretty solid. We can use this for many more days. Life hack, put your foot here, pull with both hands and it should come right off. There we go. There we go. I think that might be my package. Let's have a look. Yep, I think this might be my package. Look at the way they packed the rear axle, by the way. Damn it. How am I going to do this? Let's do it the African way. I am carrying it on my head right now. But this is the only way, and it works, so why not? Oh, I hit the ceiling, wait. Whew. So guys, let's unbox this thing. Alright guys, so in here we will find one brand new set of Mojo D5 tires. Let's put this to the side for now because we won't be putting that onto the rims until we get to the track. Then next, I think they put the rear axle and everything together in one box. It's quite heavy actually. I think they put the rest in here as well. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's see. Some bubble wrap. Nice. Here we go. Brand new OTK rear axle. There you can see type N. That means that this is the standard axle, 10-30 millimeters long, so it will be a little bit longer than the one we have in there right now. Let's check. Yeah, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I can see with my eyes, so it's good. Let's leave it in the wrap for now because we won't be putting it in yet. So it will stay nice and fresh. Visor cleaner, so I can now properly clean my my helmet. The most expensive microfiber towels I've ever bought. So this one will be for the visors and this one will be for the helmet itself. And then of course we have our single track rod and the 4 new exhaust springs. But let's put those where they belong to. Let's put them here with the rest of the springs. And last but not least, we also have a new set of brake pads, because if you guys didn't know, OTK brake pads wear out extremely quickly. Zip tie these two together, left or right doesn't matter because they're both the same. And then just put this set where it belongs. Boom. Alright guys, so with everything now unboxed and the cardboard cleaned up, let's continue disassembling this thing. So, remove the gear. And then let's remove the gear support. Alright guys, so now with all of that removed, it's time to remove the axle, so let's do it. So let's remove the chain guard support. And with that also comes this seat support. God damn it. Time to remove the other two. Alright guys, so now it's time to remove the actual axle itself, and for that we also need to loosen up the brake disc, so that's this one. For that you need this 6mm Allen key, and let's just... Oh, there we go. Now for the next part I recommend getting yourself one of these things, and you also need a 4mm Allen key. That's because we're actually going to remove these screws in here, and you do not want to lose them, so let's do that right now. Also, before you remove them, just loosen all of them up a little bit. Like that. Okay, good. Do the other side as well. So when you've loosened all of them, then you can take them out. Okay, so now everything is loose, and in theory the axle should just slide right out, but I'll show you that that's just in theory. Yeah, there's absolutely no movement in there whatsoever. For that we have a few tricks. For that we need WD-40, a screwdriver and a hammer. Anyway, also if you want to make your life a little bit easier, loosen up this screw right here. There we go. There we go. So step 1, get yourself a small hammer, get yourself a screwdriver. Find the gap in here and just gently tap in the screwdriver. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to put a zip tie on the brake pedal so that the brake pedal is constantly pressed. By the way, another really easy life hack, you can adjust the amount of pressure by just sliding it farther away from you or close to you. This is more pressure. You can see that I'm having great trouble actually sliding it over. And if you move it to that way, then it will be less pressure. So you can play with that a little bit. So now, as you can see, the rear axle is locked. It is time to give it a little wipe so that you don't scratch the axle when you take it out. Alright. Yeah, my absolute favorite tool. Also get yourself a piece of wood or just the OTK axle basher. I thought that was a little bit of a waste of money, so I just got a piece of wood. What I'm gonna do is just put the piece of wood on here and just tap on it with a reasonable amount of force. After you've given it a few whacks, just gently tap the brake disc to the left, because this will actually slide with the axle and otherwise you'll just compress this brake pad here. So after every few hits, just gently tap it. And I think right now we can actually just pull it out by hand. Yeah, there we go. And also, you don't have to worry about the brake disc falling, because remember, we've zip tied the brake pedal. Ah, there we go. So before we put this away, let's give it another good wipe with WD-40. Also, don't just put it on the floor, because if there's some water here, it will instantly start rusting your axle. So put some hot cloths on the ground and just put it on there. Alright, so now we can remove the screwdriver. That was pretty easy. With your right hand, hold the brake disc. With the other hand, cut the zip tie. And if you have done it correctly, the pressure will release and you can just take it out like that. So now it's time to take out the axle bearings, and that's really just a case of... Be a little bit careful with this one though, because this one actually holds the brake caliper. So put your hand here and then just... Then after it's come loose, you can just drop it like that. Just leave it there. Boom. Alright, so now that that's done, let's remove the side pods. So now that that's done, let's do the front wheel hubs. So we're actually nearly done. All we need to do now is the fuel tank and the steering wheel, so let's go. So that's done, let's do the steering wheel now. So all that's left to do now is do the fuel tank, so that's really easy. You can just really unwind this by hand. This thing is super hard to take off. So I'm gonna have to... Ah, there we go. That went a lot easier than expected actually. Ready for cleaning. And yeah, that's basically as far as I'm going to strip it down now. Right guys, so barely recognizable, right? Maybe a little bit from this angle, but if we go here... Yeah, it's basically just, yeah, a tube, green tube. Anyways guys, now it's time to yeah, get the whole thing greased up in WD-40, and after that I will show you guys how to properly clean your helmets. Alright my dudes, so I have just finished completely greasing up and cleaning the kart. As you can see, the thing is completely shiny and greasy and slippery, as is the floor. So I'm now going to clean my hands and then we'll get into how to properly clean your helmet. Alright guys, so now it's time to show you how to properly take care of your helmet. Now a brief disclaimer, I've actually never done it this way before, and that's because with my previous helmet, yeah, when I got it, I didn't really take good care of it from the beginning. Like back then, I wasn't really aware of how much that thing costs, and that it costs more than some people make in a month. So yeah, take good care of your helmet, it helps you, it makes it not stink as much as my old one does. It just makes it last longer. So, let's start off with step 1. So first of all, get rid of all of this, and the towels, and just take your helmet. After you've driven, don't put it back in the bag. Just leave it like this, open the visor and just let it sit somewhere where it can like circulate air. So after you've let it sit with your visor open, it's time to clean. So for that, close the visor. Take a screwdriver or a coin. I think it's better to take a coin, but I don't really have a coin with me. And just unscrew the 4 screws on this side and on this side. So 4 in total. So once you've removed the screws, just take off the visor like that. This is the OTK microfiber cloth I will be using to clean my helmet. And as you can see, this one I have actually marked so that I know this one's for my visor, actually, like that. So yeah, I recommend just getting 2 towels, one for the helmet itself, one for the visor. But let's start out with the helmet itself. So for that, fold it into 4 little pieces. And then I think it's really just a matter of putting a little bit of turtle wax on there. Not too much. Yeah, something like this should really do. Maybe wipe it a little bit all over the cloth and then just wipe your helmet. Maybe let's just add a little bit more. Let's not spill it all over the floor. I think I've pretty much got everything now. It's looking nice and shiny again, it smells nice and it almost feels soft to the touch actually. It's really weird stuff, that turtle wax. But it does make it nice and shiny, and I think that soft feeling is like a protective layer that the turtle wax is left on there. So now, try to not touch it as much with your hands like the outside, so just grab it like this and just move it to the side. Now it's time to do the visor. So for that, let's put away the cloth that you just put turtle wax on. Let's put that away. And let's move on to the visor. Grab your visor towel, put it just on the table like that. And I think what I'm going to do is just spray the entire visor with this visor cleaner stuff. So let's give that a try. Inside and outside. So what I'm going to do now is just fold it on itself and just give everything a wipe. Let's just see what happens. Yeah, that's looking really good. Before this I just used regular degreaser that I also used on the Kart, like that green bottle. But yeah, this for your visor, this stuff works really good. It does have a little bit of a weird smell to it though, not gonna lie. Clean AF, no finger marks on there, no wipes, nothing. So now it's time to put everything back together again, and for that, well, it's just putting back in all the screws. So let's do that. Okay guys, sit wrap. I think I used a little bit too much turtle wax because I can see some stains of turtle wax on there. I'm just going to wipe that off with my cloth real quick.
Yes, I definitely use too much. So when you do this, use a little bit less. Make sure to also hold your visor in place so it doesn't snap when you tighten it. Alright, there we go. So now it's time to actually tighten all of them properly. So, alright, let's see if I've done it correctly. Boom. So guys, that's pretty much it. I'm going to do my other one off camera now and I'll see you when that's done.
Alright guys, so my helmet is now nicely tucked up in there with all my trophies and all that stuff. And with that guys also comes the end of this video. I've done a little bit more of work off camera that wasn't really that interesting. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, then I would really appreciate it if you would consider hitting that subscribe button. For you it's only a few small clicks, but for me it really helps out a lot. Also, by the way, these cups are not mine. These are from my old mechanic, but he just decided to store them here because it looks cool. These one, however, are mine, and let's see if we can get a little more of them this year. Anyways, this vlog has mainly only been maintenance and cleaning. Now if you want to see what a normal testing day for me looks like, then I would strongly suggest checking out this video right here. In this video I will take you guys with me throughout an entire day of testing. So if you're into karting, then I would definitely recommend checking this out. This video however is done, so see you next time. Peace.